for my project, I wanted to do something that would be beneficial to my backyard. So, the idea was that a few years ago when Hurricane Isabel came through, it knocked down a lot of the trees in my backyard. And so it's just kind of open space. And I wanted to plant some trees back there, but not just plant trees, I wanted to plant some native trees that would be beneficial to the area around it. But one of the challenges I faced was having to plant the right trees that would grow out there. And the soil, well, where it is my backyard is right next to a creek, and so when it rains, my backyard turns into like a little lake. So the soil is very sandy and very loose. So I had to find trees and plants that would do well there and be able to spread their roots out. And some of the observations I had to make were what trees were back there, what trees were living happily back there, and what trees weren't. And I noticed that most of the trees that were fairly happy back there were pines, maples, and some other tree, I forget. But, so I ended up buying two trees and then other shrubs, but the trees that I bought were one yellowwood and one buckeye. And the trees, I planted the trees in the backyard, and the shrubs I planted up in my front yard because we needed more stuff up there. But to help those, because as I was saying, the soil was very sandy, and for it to get the nutrients it needed, I decided to use the compost that I've been composting for many years now. To mix it in with the soil and to help the trees grow. That's a picture of the compost. So this is kind of hard to see, but those are just pictures of the plants and the shrubs before I planted them. And there's the one picture where the trees and plants are in the backyard, so you can kind of see, but you kind of can't. More pictures of me planting and a tree. So pretty much the goal of this is to plant trees for birds and animals to take shelter and to give off more oxygen for us. And having trees is always a good thing, and taking up less grass is good. And doing this, I found out that grass is actually not a good thing to have in your yard because it takes a fair bit of money to maintain, because you have to buy the soil, that's like the fertilizer, you have to water it, and it's just not the best thing to have. And the trees and the plants that I did plant actually would give off some berries for the squirrels and birds to eat. That's about it. I spent about $300 on plants, and I was running out of time because the weather was getting really cold. And so, but when the weather turns around, I plan on continuing this and planting more trees in my backyard. So it's just something I can continue to do over the years. So.